Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So we've got our tips out. That means we're doing another nail art design, of course. So we've got two gel polishes I picked out today. Those are the only two we're going to use. We've got a beautiful baby blue and a pink. We've got rose from Madame Glam, and also we've got baby blue from Madame Glam as well. These are beautiful, beautiful shades. And today's inspiration is completely coming from the plate that is chilling in the background right now. You can slightly see it on the left hand side. I will show you guys it much closer in just a second, but this plate is inspired by Henna. It's from the Moyou London company, and when I got it, I was digging through my plates and I came across it and I was like, oh my god, yes, like such a great idea to do, and it has some really cute little patterns on there. So I thought, let me kind of create a nail design around it, just strictly using this plate. So of course I will usually, when I do stamping, like a full-on stamping design plate, I try to upload it on Wednesdays because I want to do stamping Wednesdays. I know that I can't always do stamping Wednesday every Wednesday just because I do 3 videos a week now. I try to anyways, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and sometimes just some things happen and I either don't have enough time to do a stamping nail design or I have some other commitments I need to put up first, so there's always something. But I try to mainly focus on uploading a full-on stamping inspired nail design on a Wednesday for you. So if you guys ever see a video on a Wednesday, there's a high chance it will be a stamping one. So I hope you guys like those because I so love doing them. They're so fun, and you will see how such a cute little design we're going to do just using one plate and 2 shades of colour, which is so cool. So for our nail designs here, we've got one full nail that's pink chilling in the background. We've got one full nail that is blue chilling in the background. We are going to do an ombre nail, which is about to happen now. So I'm going to do the blue shade at the top and then the pink shade at the bottom, and then using my Madame Glam ombre brush, I'm going to swipe from side to side and achieve my ombre today. So I've already got my lint-free wipes ready at the go, so I like to wipe every so often my brush just to get rid of any excess. And yep, so you can see a few little lint-free wipes there. That's just because one is wet with the Moyou nail prep cleaner and I didn't want it to go onto my mat, so I've got a few just dry ones underneath chilling, ready to catch any liquids or anything that might seep through the wipe there. So I'm just going back and forth. This is fast forwarded, so it will take a bit longer than I'm showing on the video today, but just keep going. Literally, I am shocked with how fun and easy this has become. I've always been petrified. I hated doing it. Whenever I did try, I hated it. I don't know what happened. It just clicked suddenly. So if this has also been the case for you, highly recommend pick it up, give it a go and just see what happens, because I'm just so shocked that it just worked. And that way I can save myself so much more money, not having to buy my sponges and all of that stuff. Also, acrylic is quite expensive as well, so with my other method I'd always use some clear acrylic with my sponge method. So there's a lot of money that you can save yourself definitely doing it the brush method, of course. So keep going until you're happy. The first layer doesn't have to be too perfect. We will do a second layer on top of that, which I will do off camera. As you can see here, you can see the brush strokes and everything. Don't be too worried about it. It will be absolutely fine. So we are going to do 2 of those nails. I only show you guys me doing 1, and I'll do the other off camera, just the usual gist. We will do second layers off camera as well, just the standard on my channel. I like to show you guys me doing something once, and if it has to be repeated, I just let you know, and I don't include it in the video. So there's me just perfecting it. We do have one nail in the background there that's half pink and half blue, so you can pick whether you want it directly in the center or if you want it higher, lower. It's all up to you. I did the blue a bit higher than in the center. That's just because of my vision of how I'm going to stamp. That's why you'll see in just a second. And lastly, we've got one full nail that's blue, and I've got this beautiful fine blue glitter that's gorgeous, just so pretty. I love it. Love. I've got mine from Lyracy, of course. So here's the plate. It's called Henna Collection Plate number 8 from Moyou London. Look how beautiful those patterns are. I am literally obsessed. I just feel like I want to pick it up again and try different colors. Maybe do like more different colored ombres, maybe like a 4-way ombre with some of these patterns on there. It's just beautiful. So yeah, with stamping plates, just do what you feel like you want to do. Usually the more plates you have, the more creative you can get, because of course you've got more options, but I was really trying to strictly focus on this plate and this plate only. to just kind of see what I can only create using the one plate. So I'm going to start off with those large images at the top, which is actually not often that you get those. So usually you get quite small images because of course usually you wouldn't be working on incredibly long and large nails like I am today. So they're more focused around of course doing client nails, real human nails that are not always this humongous, especially whenever I'm using size 0, 1s and 2s. Those are really long and super wide nails. But I was super happy to see that they've got large ones. So the first ombre, it's got it right at the top, almost like a necklacey thing hanging down the nail. For the other ombre, I decided to pick the little image kind of in the center there. Quite liked it. I thought it was quite pretty, and I thought it would really look nice right at the top of that nail too. So we're kind of following that exact same placement like the other one, although the other one looks like it's kind of like a necklace vibe. But for this one, I placed it right at the top of that nail so that it looks like it's literally, I don't know, is right at the top like a ceiling like a ceiling there. So I'm going to wipe away any of that excess that we get sometimes. So you can use, well, usually I use acetone as well, so use acetone. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned the stamp I'm using is from Born Pretty, the stamping polish is from Born Pretty, my scraper is from Clear Jelly Stamper. I think that's all I'm using when it comes to stamping here. Born Pretty whites and blacks are my most used and most favorite stamping polishes ever. They're so opaque. I've tried Moyou London white stamping polish. It's just horrendous. I mean, it's not horrendous. I still use it. It works. It definitely works, but it's not as opaque as the Born Pretty. If you place white on top of I don't know, maybe like even the blue, you will see kind of the blue seeping through. If you place the Born Pretty white on top of it, you will see no blue underneath. Like it's crazy. You'd think that Moyou would have it kind of sorted by now, since they're strictly really just a stamping plate company, funny enough. So for that ombre, quickly we placed the heart underneath the first one that we've placed, and then they had these 3 dots, which I thought, right, perfect, we'll place at the bottom. That's a full nail of stamping there. So we've got a full pink nail. For this one, I decided to pick up, there's this circle flower little pattern there, so I'm going to pick up that one just now, and right next to it has those dots, which I thought were really cool looking too, so I really wanted to incorporate that. So let's place this one down first. So just get rid of, I think it's called isolating. I've been watching a lot of Maniology, I think it is. Maniology live videos, love them so much. They're so fun to watch. And she mentioned isolating. So I was like, okay, I need to get that into my vocab. That's what it's called. So we've got that down. And now I'm going to pick up those dots and we're going to place it underneath that circle that we've just placed. Place it there, scrape it, pick it up with your scraper. And also with the Born Pretty stamping polishes, they don't dry too quickly, so you actually have some time to think about it and maneuver and pick everything up in time, so nothing, you know, it's all just a smooth experience. So I'm going to place the dots down underneath. There we go. That's all we're going to do for that one. And lastly, we've got this half blue, half pink. And the reason I wanted more blue than pink is because I'm going to pick up one of those. It's right in the center. I'll pick it up in just a sec. Which one am I doing? Which one am I doing? This one. Okay. So it's got a straight line, and I wanted a lot of that image to, of course, be on the nail. But the lower down the nail you get, of course, the less of a surface you're getting. So I wanted it quite higher up. I'm just going to isolate with my lint remover there, or you can use your card, whichever is easiest for you. Or you can even use some tape as well. I've seen people use tape. And you want to place it as straight as possible where that blue line is, but not on the pink. This was quite hard. I didn't get the lines fully straight on the right hand side, I think it was. As you can see there, it's not fully straight, but it's definitely better than I'd done before for sure. I find kind of straight lines really hard to stamp. I do wonder if it's maybe because I'm using a round stamper. When I'm watching Maniology, they seem to use one of those cubed ones, which I do have, so I could give it a go actually. But I wonder if that is the reason why straight lines are just not a thing for me when it comes to stamping. But now it's time to top coat these beautiful nails. I love, look at that ombre, guys. Like, that's so good. And it was with a brush. I could never believe that I would be able to ever achieve an ombre like this with a brush. That's so crazy. But yes, with the top coats, we're going to matte top coat these. You could actually glossy top coat. They could actually be very pretty glossy. But when it comes to stamping, I always tend to kind of get gravitated to matte. I just feel like the matte top coat really brings out the art that you've created on the nail. It could just be me going mad. Or maybe it does, who knows, but in my head I'm just like, I just feel like it brings it out more, who knows. So I'm just going to finish it up. I'm using a Macart matte top coat. So they are all nice and matte now. Time for the rhinestones, and we've got quite a lot going on with rhinestones today actually. So for this nail, it was quite bare at the bottom, so I had to add something. So I'm going to add 3 AB circular crystals. We're going to do larger one at the top, a medium size in the middle, and then a smaller one at the bottom. So that's what we're going to do. Something similar to what we done earlier on a different nail with the actual stamping dots, but we're going to actually replace those dots rather than it being stamped. We're going to do it with crystals. So that's one done. We've got 2 more nails to do. We've got now the, I think we're going to do the full blue. No, we're not. Not blue. I meant pink. So for this nail, we're going to follow that line and we're going to place one size the same AB crystals. So as you can see in the background, I've got 2 pots there with crystals. One is a mix of different sizes, one is the same sizes. So I'm going to pick up the same sizes, place them next to each other, pop it into the lamp, and I will place some, I've got this kind of triangle AB crystal that I'm going to place, and then we're going to go around it with some caviar beads. That's quite interesting. And then lastly, for the one chilling in the background, beautiful pink one, we're going to do caviar beads, sorry. We're going to do AB crystals on the top right hand side and bottom left hand side, but you'll see that in just a second. I think there are a few nails that I put caviar beads, but I didn't actually end up showing on camera, so you might have to pause at the end if you want to like completely recreate this design to see where I've placed it. So there we go, it's secured. So now I'm going to place that triangle down. It's going to be in the center, kind of pointing upwards. So there's my little triangle. And then you've got the 2 sides of that triangle kind of bare, so I do end up covering it up with caviar beads, which I think I end up actually showing on camera. But firstly, I'm going to cure it because I do not trust myself and I really wanted it to be straight. So that's going right into the lamp. There's my little caviar beads in the little, it was actually the top cap of a little box that I got kind of meant for selling press-ons, but since I don't really sell press-ons anymore, so I've kind of utilized it for caviar beads, and it worked so well. Like, it's so fun to put the caviar beads in there and pick them up. It's so much easier than putting it anywhere else. I actually found it myself, kind of thing. So if you guys have any other ideas on where to place them, then do give me a shout, just because it's not always the most eye-pleasing being in that little cap, I guess, the top of a box. So there it is. I'm placing some rhinestone glue gel around that triangle and then placing the caviar beads. I'm going to use the nail art brush here that I'm using to pick up the rhinestone glue gel to pick up the caviar beads as well. So the rhinestone glue gel I'm using today is my Macart one. In case I get any questions why it's in a pot like that, my little tube broke. I feel like it's a fairly recurring thing. I've seen some YouTubers now have broke ones, so I think it's just a thing that happens with those, because this is the second one I had and both of those broke now, so that's quite funny. So I had this really old one that was horrible. I cleaned it out, removed it, and just shoved all of the rhinestone glue gel into it, and it's amazing. I love doing it from the little pot more than from the tube. I just find that I take too much out and then I just end up having to waste it because you can't really put it back in, which is so annoying. So yeah, prefer it this way. So if you guys having the same issues, do give it a go. It's really fun. I like it. It's so much better than the tubes. So much better. So there's the caviar beads. I'm going to straighten them up, make them all nice and pointy at the top, and then place into the lamp. So we'll have one more nail to do, that full pink one. I really hope you guys like this set because I'm so obsessed with this one. It's so cute. Like, so cute. I love the colours and everything that comes together. I'm not sure if the colour choice today was representing henna as much. I did try to do some research, and henna is usually this kind of brown shade, and I'm just not into dark shades, so I was kind of trying to make it a bit more of a me set, but incorporating the henna vibes, you know, the little patterns and everything. So that's kind of where the colours come from. my most favourite colours will be bright colours or neon colours, especially all year round. I could wear you know, neon colours if I could. Well, I can, but, you know, I have to be with the trends. I can't stick out too much. It's so funny in the winter when everyone's wearing dark shades, colours, you know, with clothing, nails and everything. Everything's gloomy, and there's me with bright neon pink nails coming into the office. So there we are with this nail. We've got 3 crystals right at the bottom, and then we're going to have a couple on the right hand side. This is the nail that I end up placing caviar beads in between the crystals, and I'm going to do that off camera. Then I'll show you guys it right at the end. We're almost coming to the end of the video. and you'll see the final results. You're going to see the final results. I will have discount codes for Madam Glam. You get 30%. I think there's also a discount code from Moyou London as well to save some money. They've got amazing stuff, and they've just come out with superhero plates. How cool is that? Literally so cool. I'm so excited to get my hands on those. So yeah, this is the final result. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!